The MCU is getting bigger. Ironheart stars Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, her character from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, as well as Anthony Ramos. Our Ike Ejiochi got a chance to sit down with the actors for a look at the new TV series.
If I'm gonna protect people, I gotta start thinking outside the box.
I can give you the tools to help you carry out your vision. But anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done.
Now, we first saw you step into Riri's shoes, as you said, in Wakanda Forever. She's known as like an anti-hero in the MCU.
A little bit.
A little bit. Mm-hmm. Would you fully characterize her in that way?
You know, it might be too early to fully characterize Riri as any one thing, to be honest. I think at this particular point, we are catching up with her in the days post Wakanda Forever, post Talocan, and everything that she was exposed to, not only about the world at large, but also about her and her potential and the truth of that potential. And again, she's a 19-year-old girl in college trying to figure it all out. I think this is indeed the beginning of her journey, her hero or anti-hero journey.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together, and you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down.
Now, then comes your adversary, Parker Robbins, the Hood, played by none other than Anthony Ramos, my man. So I gotta ask you, what makes their dynamic so compelling? This is for both of you.
I think they're similar in a lot of ways, you know, and I think that they find those similarities in each other, you know, when they meet and the more they get to know each other, but they're also very different. And as the show progresses, we get to see how those differences become more and more difficult to reconcile.
Okay, so what do you do?
Theft, extortion, breaking and entering.
Why?
Why do you make iron suits? I'm sure you have a good reason why you do what you do. And I have reasons of my own.
Now let's talk about how you work with it. Now, the Hood's journey, it's described as involving addiction to power and the consequence that comes with it. Did exploring these items cause you to reflect on any parallels in your personal life?
Yikes.
I want to get into it.
Hold up.
I mean, we're talking about bringing yourself into there, so how much did yourself actually get into it?
I think with every character, or most, right? Not every character, but most, you know, you're looking at it and you're like, man, like how does this, you know, you want to find the ways that the character parallels to your life, right? And that helps when bringing truth to the character. Yeah, for sure. I think that, you know, I think we all have this sense of I want more, or I want to get ahead, or I need more, or this is not enough, and sometimes you can get misguided. I think the first question a lot of us are asked by people, right, are, so what's next? And I definitely have been in places in my life and times in my life where that definitely consumed me in a way that was negative for my day to day. You know,
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm there right now, but I will definitely say that I've been there for sure.
Right. Now, Dominique, in a world full of gods, mutants, sorcerers, Riri kind of builds her own path. Literally.
Yeah.
So what aspects of Riri do you admire the most?
Oh, man. I think it's her commitment to her vision and the ability to actualize it and have it be fully self-generated. So truly from ideation to a physical thing, she can see each step that needs to happen in order to make that be, and has difficulty sort of letting up until it is completed. And I think that can also be a detriment to her humanity. And I think we'll start to explore that a bit in the series as well. But I do kind of admire it, that commitment and that passion that she has to make a difference.
And this question's for both of you. Think about the superheroes that you both watched growing up, whether it be Superman, Batman, what have you, and the effect that had on your lives. So how do you think Ironheart will shift the narrative for the coming generations?
That's such a sentimental question.
Wow.
Oh, man. I hope at a base level, it gives some sense of pride and excitement for the young girls and boys out there that see themselves in this brilliance, you know? And I hope that somewhere in there's a sense of encouragement to lean into who you are. Because I think at the end of the day, that's what Riri and Parker are both doing.
You know, people think, you know, when you're doing something that's that seems, you know, wild or crazy to people, right? There are a lot of naysayers. A lot of people are going to tell you don't do that, or, you know, they're both these really ambitious, dreaming people, you know, like the ambitious dreamers that, you know, again, for better or for worse, they're like that. You know, like Dom said, right? Like, you know, I think kids, especially, you know, young people should, you know, try to, in spite of where you're from and in spite of what your circumstances are, don't let your circumstances beat you down to the point where you can't dream anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, the fantastic Anthony Ramos, the wonderful Dominique Thorne, thank you so much for speaking with me. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
And you can stream new episodes of Marvel's Ironheart on Disney Plus beginning June 24th.